out the morning, but we're moving on to Toyota. What's happening there? What's going on?
I can't tell you what's happening with Toyota, I have to tell you, but I can tell you...
chairs.
Oh, I got
Is it deck chairs?
Something else. If I missed,
I
it's
can
not Toyota,
tell
it's something
you,
else.
according to the Daily Mirror, they got a great headline. It's OK. They got a great headline, which is... oh, here we are. It's in the small right-hand side, which is ridiculous.
Oh, love it.
Ridiculous, obviously a play on words, ridiculous. So what has taken place? One of the councils in Bournemouth...
There it is.
One of the councils in Bournemouth claims that it's lost more than 200,000 in income. How come? Because every council wants an extra few £100,000. They want their money, but they've lost it simply because deck chairs are not available. Of course, every beach has a deck chair, the famous deck chairs. The ban in Bournemouth is blamed on antisocial behaviour, and the chairs potentially have been used and would be used as weapons. So the gangs go down, and this is apparently what happened last year. Yeah. They fight, they pick up a weapon, which of course is the deck chair. So as a result, the council have decided not to put out the deck chairs, and of course you've lost all that income. Now, I don't know...
£200,000, isn't it, apparently?
It's a lot of money,
It's a lot of money.
A lot of money for a local council. They need that money.
Well, can't somebody hang about and can't they put the deck chairs away somewhere that they can't get to them?
It could also be as well that when they're on the beach and somebody goes into the sea or they go off to eat and then they're just picked up. I don't know what I would do if I was a local councillor over there. If we were all councillors and we were debating this right now, what would we do? Would we say perhaps we need a security force down there, and with that money that we're going to earn, bring down security people and have them watch the beach? What time do the gangs come down there? Will they be coming down there? I mean, on the one hand, we want the deck chairs. On the other hand, we want the income, but also we don't want fights to break out.
Well, they've got police, haven't they, got in these councils? Can't they get...
Well,
I mean, can't they do something with that they've already got police who are already paid for that they can use to make sure they could sort of perhaps patrol the area for a little bit and scare these people off? I mean, it seems quite obvious.
I have to make it clear that, of course, I'm not a spopesperson on behalf of the council.
It's frankly ridiculous that...
there you go. Ridiculous.
that the police would even be involved to look after some deck chairs.
Well, no, if they're using them as weapons and they're gangs, then the police should be involved.
So they're there for a security point of view, but probably what the council would say in their defence is, and the local police force would say, we don't have enough men out there, we don't have enough police officers to patrol the beach when other things could be going on. We get called if there's a big fight.
But isn't that what they were saying, that if the gangs are fighting using the deck chairs, the police should be called to the fight?
I mean, they don't sound great gangs that they're using deck chairs to go fight. And just very quickly, James, before we let you go, customer service, name and shame.
Yes, let's make this very clear. This is not GB News who are naming and shaming, OK? This is very, very important. I will say that again. It's not GB News. It's a company called Which, very well known.
Yep.
They've done these surveys, and if you want to double check on me, it's in the Daily Mail on page 16. So let's talk about these bad customer service people, mostly online. Homebase, Carphone Warehouse, JD Sports were among the worst retailers, worst online service during the COVID. Elsewhere, we have Debenhams, Sports Direct were also found to have fairly bad online service as well. All of us have had to pick up the phone sometimes to our energy companies, to our banks, and we are on the phone 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes. Again, I was doing it yesterday with a company as well. You get so frustrated. I encourage people to write letters of complaints. I know it takes 2 or 3 hours. It takes even sometimes longer. Do it, because sometimes they get heard. It's no good speaking to your neighbours or your best friend or your wife or your husband. You know, oh, it's terrible. What am I going to do about it? Write a letter and complain.
Yeah, in their defence, and I don't really want to defend them for bad service because that does wind me up and it's very out of character for me to do so, but in their defence, the companies that you listed there are not necessarily focused on that side of the business. So banks did incredibly well. Those who have been in the business of actually dealing with customers over the phone continuously were actually excellent at it. But yeah, these guys...
So that's your experience. In my experience, it wasn't, I have to tell you.
Really?
But it's also what they would say is, well, a lot of our people, our customer service people, are working from home, and therefore they don't have their colleagues to ask questions, and they put it on hold, and then it goes dead, etc.
That's annoying.
Partly it's not there. Also, the sound quality is not very good, or you can't hear them. It's very difficult. I just want to end, if I may, with putting in a good word. So it says, meanwhile, according to Which, not GB News, which, meanwhile, Marks and Spencer's and Screwfix were among the 2 top performers in the survey. So it's always good to go ahead and encourage these companies to invest in good customer service.
Good old M&S and Screwfix there. James, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
James Marlow there taking us through the morning papers and indeed getting, you know, a bit in about the companies that are doing well and not so well.
No, well, we move.